Hello, child. Greetings. I understand, but the High
Siolana for sage crafting.
mortals. Curious. This is the trellis, gateway to the court of summer, and is excellent.
Oh, why must you keep bothering me? My audience with the king could begin at any time. He's the most beautiful of us, a being of absolute perfection. It is a shame he must grace the mortal realm in a physical form. His true brilliance is beyond you. I spent many seasons wandering the wood of the Sidhe, acquiring the knowledge necessary to better serve the summer court. But does Tatarian care? Never. Such groveling is beneath me. Such spectacles of royalty and procedure. I may be able to wait an eternity for an audience, but the untended garden grows wild. I remember a cycle, a great many seasons, when your kind did not trample the gardens of Issa. This city was the ideal in those times. It is forever tainted now. They make up the most powerful body in the world, especially now that the mortal races have become embroiled in conflict. A second spring is coming, mark my words.
I am very pleased to see you again. Mortals, such fascinating things. Yes, you! You are fascinating. All those who come to greet the king must first be granted permission by the Hall of Appointments in the Understyle, which I might say seems rather inconvenient. You mortals are talented at fighting what is natural. Perhaps this is your influence. I have heard he is a noble spirit, a beacon of wisdom and calm in this changing world. I will never know for certain if this is true, unless I look upon him directly. I have done little in my many seasons, than venture to this place and attempt to gain an audience with King Tatarian. I have yet to succeed, but I keep coming.
My experience with you has convinced me that fell persons, while slightly stupid and aggravating, are not completely useless.
Welcome. Welcome to the trellis, Duskling. This is a sacred walk. You gaze down from heaven upon the ruin that mortals have wrought. Just look at the House of Valor, the crumpled husk of its former self. Is this the fate of all our kind? To be wrung in the hands of the mortal world, to wither and fade? The trellis was created as common ground where the members of the great houses may meet to share knowledge and search for answers. However, it's not been the same since the House of Valor fell and the House of Seasons was deserted. And I always thought that nothing changes. Growth is violent, and nothing can reach fruition without surviving conflict. That is nature's way. Our House of Valor celebrated that conflict. Now, however, this great house has fallen to mortals such as you. That is why this sanctuary has withered and faded. The magic is gone. The House of Seasons was where those in tune with the Great Cycle went to understand its many mysteries. But the great house now stands empty, its occupants gone. King Titarian will not speak of it, but I know something has happened. Whatever it is, the signs are ominous. The House of Seasons was where those, but the great house now stands empty. I have come to the Gardens of Issa to report the decay of wild fae. They are disappearing, and the king must be informed. Either they are vanishing due to the decline in fae magic, or someone is hunting them. It's my duty to discover which story is true. Every one of our kind has a gift, they say, a role in the telling. Mine is to seek harmony with nature by keeping the wild fae under control. I am the Reaper. Most of my seasons are spent in the shadows of the canopy, tracking my prey. Goodbye.
You are not meant to be here. Mortals have no place on the font. I am guardian of the Court of Summer and protector of the font. I watch over the most precious of the city's blossoms, including the rare bristle-tongue bloom. Its petals open once every few seasons, lifetimes for mortals such as you. But its seeds are potent and volatile, hence my vigil. The court communes in the building behind you. They are not to be disturbed, for their wisdom can shift the stars and clear the clouds. You are not to go near. I patrol the gardens near the font during the daylight hours, but must return to reverie at twilight, as do all my kind. Many believe that the font supplies all of the western Feylands, the realm of the Summer Court, with their magic. Its flow touches all of us with its gifts. It is a powerful communion between the Fae and the magic that sustains us. We come together in the evening hours to connect. It is time to leave. I must not be disturbed.
A dustling. How nice.
Be mindful of others.
Greetings, mortal.
Yes, what do you want? I take this responsibility very seriously.
My King Titarian is waiting for you. Please place the Codex before him, and he will continue. You have nothing to fear in his... He has entered a reverie. It will allow him to unravel the memories and visions contained within the Codex. Step forward, and His Majesty will reveal what you wish to know.
I heard about Haxi. Impressive work. I wonder what became of Hughes after the tower. The old man is too clever to die.
Conceived in chaos, birthed in stolen magic, torn from fate, child of two fathers, treacheries in treacheries, winter is broken. The puppet king upon his throne, drinking flattery and lies. The power that grows in him is not his own. In the east it did begin, as it will end. From behind the veil she screams, madness and rage. Madness and rage. We realize this may be confusing for you. Fate, like the Fae, cannot be changed. But the Tuatha are Fae who have become something new. And you are a mortal who is free from Fate's weave. Gadflow claims that the Tuatha are the work of his new god. If the Tuatha are the creations of a god, what does that make you? The time of the Fae is passing. Our land and our souls are diminishing. Few Fae even realize that the great cycle is shifted. Gadflow's war means the death of us all, Fae and mortal alike. It is written in the weave that we shall all pass from this world together. It is too late for us, but not for you. That is the fate which I look to you to change. The power of a god in the brash hands of a mortal. This is why Niralim fears what you might become. This age has seen much change. Change we once thought was impossible. We were wrong. You are intertwined with the power in the East. There can be no doubt of that. Your energy reaches back to Alabastra. We do not know what will happen when you travel there, but we know that the power behind Gadflow is your ultimate goal. His god holds your answer and the fate of this world. I thank you. And perhaps you can help change our world's fate as well. I have seen those who were destined to be heroes, for whom great deeds came naturally. They come, they act, and they pass on as written. You do great things not because you must, but because you choose to. That is by far a far truer greatness. Admirable. But strength of will cannot see you through this alone. You may be unbound by fate, but you are not free from death. Speak with your allies. Only with their aid can you hope to overcome the forces that stand against you. The weave is a puzzle. Each person is a piece. The edges of their fate locking together with the people around them, all performing their duties to form a grand picture. However, you are no longer a puzzle piece. You are a dollop of paint. You cover and redefine the edges of the puzzle pieces you meet. But more dangerously, you repaint the picture of reality itself. Who can trust that your design is better than the original? It is the deepest tragedy that our fall should come from our own. Make no mistake, Gadflow is the harbinger of the end of my kind. In fighting him and his army, you will surely spell our doom. For that tragic truth, we forgive you. We are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical form. But these dreams are endangered by Gadflow and the long winter. Since our kind returned to this world so long ago, it has been my honor to serve as High King of the Summer Court. My rule was always shared with the High King of the Winter Court, until Gadflow arose. Now both of our people are... We are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical... The Summer and Winter Courts have always ruled the Feylands in harmony, as the seasons wash across the world. But with Gadflow's new god, something changed. The Winter Fae who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismir upon them. Their power has grown, and yet they are diminished. Our cold cousins across the sea. Do not think the Winter Court our enemies, for we love them as family, dismal though they may be. Oh, to walk in their starlit gardens once again, or sip their calming stone tea. But the Tuatha have consumed them, and all of their wonders are lost. The age of the Fae is drawn.
Surely I cannot question the wisdom of the High King. Neither can I fathom it. My deepest apologies.
Respect the Court of Summer. Respect the Court.
Respect the Court of Summer.
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. Good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding an old friend of ours. Old Fomorous Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, it's bound to be the gnome who brought you back to life. I've been asking around, and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might be able to help find Hughes. All gnome scholars have a Templar who sponsors their research, and apparently Hughes' sponsor, Templar Octien, is desperate to find him. Go southwest to the Hollowlands and Detir. Octien will be waiting there to discuss how you might reach Hughes. You're not the only one on the hunt for Hughes. Octien has followed his trail to the Hollowlands and Detir.
Who would have thought you were so interesting? Death seems to have worked out very well for you. Agarth's looking for escape, Neuralim's looking for a savior, and Tatarian is looking for a champion, and somehow, you're giving everyone what they want. I'm impressed. You're right. This won't be easy. The Tuatha have our forces under siege at Mel Senshir, and their power has only grown over the years. You'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver. You'll need an army. A few years ago, one warrior could have slipped past unnoticed, but stealth is no longer an option. Not even for me. But there is hope. In the plains of Erethel, there waits a player who has been away from this game for far too long. It is time to contact General Telera. Meet me in the village of Emer, and I will tell you everything. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflow and his army, but we should have. And now we're all facing the price. General Telera was in charge of our forces to the east in Cluracan. But a decade ago, Witch Knight Malwyn and his Tuatha army drove. Since then, she's been looking for some way to take back the land she lost and regain her honor. You'll be on your way.
Hello.
Welcome to the Trellis, mortal. Well, oh, you took me by surprise. I'm not accustomed to mortals on the Trellis. Please, enter. I am Lord Saramer, the High Lore Sage of Issa. I am here to answer all questions regarding the House of Ballads and the House of Valor. May good fortune follow. You're always welcome. The ballads belong to all in the telling, mortals and fae alike. We are the children of the fields and fountains, a fae body filled with a deep breath of magic. All that you see around you is ours. For many seasons we lived in these forests and canyons alone, distrusting, apart. But once we felt the call to join together, we became the Seelie. By choosing to lead the Summer Fae, Titarian is eternally linked to our fortunes, both day and night. He feels the waning magic as a mortal might feel his heart sink at the sight of his sunrise. When our seasons end, Titarian will be the first to enter the long winter. This sanctuary is where the knights of our most prestigious house stay when visiting the Court of Summer. I act as their humble scribe and servant. All Summer Fae clutch the glory of the House of Ballads to its collective breast, knowing that the deeds of one are indeed the deeds of all. This sanctuary is where the knights of our most prestigious house stay when visiting the Court of Summer. All Summer Fae clutch the glory of the House of Ballads to its collective breast, knowing that the deeds of one are indeed that it was one of the Fae's great houses until its leader was challenged and beaten, and the magic faded under the mortal's leadership. Now even the sanctuary here on the trellis is wilted and closed as a result of our great loss. Or perhaps it's a sign of something darker. It is meant exclusively for those close to the Summer Court, or the ambassador who wishes an audience with the High King. Our most honorable institutions reside on the trellis, including the House of Ballad Sanctuary and what was once the House of Valor Sanctuary. May good fortune follow.
What is it? Lady Hartran waits and waits, but will the High King ever see her? That's the question. They have a history.
Do you have an audience with the High King?
All must follow the peace edict.
Lady Hartran waits and waits, but will the High King ever see her? Greeting. Have you seen the bristletongue blossom on the font above? You feel it, don't you? Anyone intimate with the ways of magic can detect the waning current. You're like me, Your Grace. You see the end. Is this how it happened at the House of Ballads? Did Hallam foresee this slow decay? I had a feeling he did. It is the source of Summer Court magic and touches our realm of origin, the land of Ashara. Without its constant flow, our kind would dry up like leaves and vanish. While wise and powerful, he's also brash and narrow, a sliver of light in a world so dark that most of us are blind. His inaction is no match for mortal ambition. It has been located here for many of your generations, what we call seasons. Only in recent times has it been shaped to resemble one of your mortal cities. The Summer Court resides on the highest terrace, far above the rest of us, as it should be. Every season, one is chosen to attend the font's magical flow, to act as ambassador. I'm the only Fae to have held the position more than once. I feel the strength of the currents. They wash through me. They rise up and overflow. However, their power weakens. Their cool waters recede. Most mortals know nothing of what lies beyond the veil. The magical realm of Ashara. It is a mystery even to us, as we departed its shores many seasons ago. As it is in every season, this family of Summer Fae has communed at the feet of its greatest leader, the High King Titarian. The Western Fae lands are our domain. As it is in every season, this family of Summer Fae has communed of the gardens of Issa, of the Summer Court. Why, this crystal war may be the end of all Fae. I know because I am Nomeron, master of the font, the wellspring of all Summer Court magic. I've seen it flow at its highest, but I've never seen it so dry. Something must be done before all this city withers into nothingness. The font is the source of all Summer Court magic. It has flowed through this mountainside since our kind sprang up from the dirt. That flow has waned in recent days. It's unnatural, even as the magic in the world grows. The Fae, it seems, will wither. The font is the source of that flow has waned in recent days. The font's flow is controlled from the However, the magic that regulates this flow can only be used by some. It's protected by a ward known as the Waterlock. It can only be opened by one who carries drops from each of the 5 sacred pools surrounding Issa. Collect these drops, and you could... The sacred pools are the collection points for the font's yield. Together, they cradle the gardens of Issa. You will find 2 of the pools below in the gardens themselves. One near the Ballad Sanctuary, and one in the Court of Summer itself. Collect water from each of the 5 sacred pools, and then go to the light... Goodbye.
Please leave me to my task. Bother someone else.
Avoid Nomeron. He is a fool and an instigator. But he's mad.
Do not distract me, Dustling. I meant to watch. Do not distract me, Dustling. I meant to watch.
Yes? Welcome to the gardens, mortal. But you have not come to visit the city, nor to speak with me. You are here on much graver errands. I can help you divine the role you will play in coming events, and the skills needed to finish that journey. I am only a visitor here like you. Perhaps I was drawn to this place by something greater than myself. Perhaps it was you. This is where the Fae of Issa fulfill their roles in the telling. You mortals call it work, but we see it as following the cycle. Farewell. I'd advise you to leave me to my task.
How strange. Your place is below.
Yes, mortal?
How fare you this day? Goodbye.
Hello, friend. Hello, friend.
Welcome, little one.
Please do go away.
Your Grace. Enjoy your visit to the city, Your Grace. She is a harsh mistress, prone to violence, but mostly of the swatting kind. You, farewell. Enjoy your visit to the... Farewell, Honorable One.
Presenting the Warden of Light. He who keeps the guard. What is it?
The peace edict must be obeyed.
The House of Seasons is no more. You've done well, Child of the Dust. Those below will never know what is really happening. But in the end, is this a part of the many seasons or the sudden tempest? Does hiding the rot not spoil the harvest, no? Take this. You're brave. Perhaps we will... May your gods protect... Most mortals would rather watch our kind fall than come to our aid. May your gods protect you...
All must follow.
Faramir will teach you the ways of the Fae.
Have you seen Brio? Always.
Sorry.
The she can be dangerous to one such as yourself.
Sorry.
I hoped you would come. After all, I owe you so much. How can I repay you for what you've done? There was a time when kings begged me to read their fortunes. Shall I read yours? I have so many names, but I am not the subject of this conversation. Do you wish your fortune read or not? Interesting. It appears as though you have no future. Does this mean your death is nigh? I've crafted what I need, and I'm done with this woman's body. Right now, she's trying to tell you to kill me. Perhaps you would like to oblige her? Now burn!
If you have any questions, speak with Carl.
Presenting the Warden of Light. Presenting the Warden of Light. Presenting the Warden of Light.
Idle hands can lead one into trouble. The best I'll be here.
Doesn't look like you've had any luck. Forge me an... The Court of Summer has no true influence. Keep an eye out for parts.
Amalur,
You must listen
visit
to me.
Griamar.
Feltown is not...
It was Nuala Ignis who stirred the magics of Aod? At least now we may restore the balance of the ruin before the rest of Dalentarth is engulfed in flames. What is this? You caught her crafting this, you say? Remarkable. Just utterly remarkable. That might explain her behavior. Breaching the seals of Aod should have been far beyond her capacity. Not to mention whatever this is. I have never seen the like. It is as if the element of fire were given physical form. You have done well. I have another assignment for you when you are ready. In the meantime, I shall be studying this sunstone. Adept Fell recently began investigating some disappearances. I want you to go to Melaglir in the plains of Erethel. Do not keep your contact waiting. And when you've sorted the business with Lerkara out, meet me at the Rathir chapter house. Melaglir is a trade hub between the great cities of Adessa to the south and Rathir to the north. Lately, however, the town has been experiencing a number of disappearances. For generations, the lords of Kandrian Keep have ruled over various parts of the plains of Erethel. Candrian Keep is the ancestral seat of power. Archsage Jubal Calidus is the highest-ranking member of our order. He is the most powerful sorcerer alive, and as such, commands the allegiance of all within the skill. If he ever asks anything of you, neophyte, be sure to deliver. North and east, I will be setting out for Rathir shortly. So, oh,
Hello,
child.
You've returned. Have you found them? Then you must tell me, please. Very well. But until next time...
So Cassera planned it.
Please, tell me what transpired between... Then you must tell me, please. Yes, I suspected as much. Cassera has a strong will, and thinks with much agility. I am not surprised to learn this is her doing. Very well. What happened next? Very well. But until next time... Please, tell me what transpired, but then you must tell me, please. Yes, very well. What happened next? Regrettable. It truly is. He was neither as strong as Aloran nor as smart as Cassera. I see how they might have turned on him. And so, what of the third? Yes. Aloran often trusted too much in his own skill, and did not properly understand his environment. The She would have made quick work of him. Those fools. All this bloodshed over a gem. And now, I cannot even bring myself to look at it. Better, I think, that you keep it. In addition, I will discount my services to you, should you ever be in need of them. Thank you again. Don't be a stranger! If you have needs of gems or shards, I have plenty in stock. Don't be a stranger!
The mortal ambassadors will not give up. It is both admirable.
I met with the Court of Sun.
Presenting the Warden of Light.
Hi, how are you?
You've got the seeds! Now we'll see if the Victor's Brew can stand up to a new challenger. I'll have a batch of Aska's draft ready before the week is... Take this, friend. And like I promised, the merchants here will give you a discount. You've got a home here in the alley for as long as you like. Thanks for the business.
Hang on, I'll be back. Just gonna... I'm a little bit sick, so I'm gonna just take it easy. Hang on, I'll be back in an hour.